Hello, guys. How are you? I'm up here in that right-hand corner. Renee was Stampin' Up, independent demonstrator. And I had posted this card up here at the top on the demonstrator place and on some other sites, other group sites. And I was asked, how do you make this? And so I'm going to basically show you how to make one of these cards. As soon as I say this, some of you will know right away, it's a tunnel card. It's basically a tunnel card. It's a little different, but it's the basic setup of a tunnel card. You just set it up, put your little tea light in there, and it's just gorgeous. This was made with the Peaceful Place DSP, and I did use the deer punch, and I did use this is a piece from the Whimsical Whimsy suite, where you have that snowflake, that pearlescent snowflake, which I took. And then this, of course, was powder embossed from the cloche bundle that I did get. And then I put some little snowflakes up here. The bow came from, I believe the bow came from Sparkle of the Season. I think that's where this bow comes from. And if it's not, it's one of the new, oh no, it's the Tidings. It's the Tidings that it came from, which I love this bow. And the star came from the Starlit Punch, which I'm a big fan of. And so let's talk about what I'm going to make for you now and what I'm going to show you, all the possibilities. I'm a person that loves possibilities. Well, first of all, you're simply going to have your standard card, and you're going to cut it at 4¼ and then so you'll have a piece that basically is 4¼ by 11. So you'll score it at the 5½ and so it is your hot dog card, not your hamburger card. And I heard that, and I think it's a good way of expressing this card. Okay, so it is your hot dog card. That's the card you'll need for this. Then what I did is basically you're doing the same thing. Now I do 1/4 inch less. You can do 1/8, or you can make it exactly the same size to fit in here. That is up to you. I did make it 1/4 less, but easily it could be 1/8 or the same size. This is then a 4 by 11, and it is scored at the 5½, and then it's scored at 2.75, so 2¾ and 8.25. So basically these are the same, right? 2.75, 2.75, if you want to turn it around and score it. So 2.75, 5½, and then with another 2.75, that would give you 8.25. So if you're difficult with numbers, this is the way it goes. So you will score this, and so then you can close it like this, like you would any other card, and then these flaps will go back. All right, so like this. So this is how your card insert will be. I die cut using the cloche dies. I die cut the cloche out, and I've been tempted to put a little half circle here to make it a bell. I've been so tempted to do that. One of these cards, I will do that. But the way I get them even is I simply took it here, and it was actually basically 5/8. All right, was the width that I went ahead and made this. And so then I just made it 5/8, measured up 5/8, and did it again. Okay, put the cloche in. So basically that's what I did to make them even. Okay, that's all you got to do. And then when I did put them in, I do tape them down, and I do use the washi tape. I use washi tape, and that seems to work really well for me. That's how I use washi tape most of the time, is just to tape down the die so that it cuts real well. You can use other things, circles and all kinds of other things, but the cloches are new and they work so perfectly with this. All right, so then what you're going to do basically eventually is you're going to go ahead and glue this side down, then close this, and then glue this side down. And once that's glued down, then you can open that back up, and you'll be all set to go. Okay. And you can have a pretty big border or a smaller border. That just depends on you and what you want. As you know, when you do these kind of cards, this is going to be a little bulky here, right? There's not much you can, that's how these work. So if you look like that, to see how that goes, that's how they are. And then you can even make a belly band if you like. So next, after that, so you got those two measurements. Then what I'm going to do is the face of the card. And the face of the card, I made exactly the size of the front. So this is going to be the 5.5 by 4.25, because I want that whole front done. Okay. So, and on this card, I even made a poppy parade back. It's a white card, it's a white, and then I did this in the DSP, and then I did the poppy parade. I just liked it that way. It's a, you put your little, you put your little tea light in here, and it shines through, and there's plenty of space, and it's a substantial card because it's supposed to withstand time. So it's kind of a gift card. All right. So next, so you can do that. I don't have that presently, but you can do that if you like. I'm trying to find my bone folder. There it is. I knew it was around. I just want to even that out on here because that looked a little, the way it was cut needed to be a little bit fixed up. Okay. So, and if you do add that red piece, again, it'll be exactly the same size. So 4.25 by 5.5. So then what I did, I used that peaceful, what is it called? Peaceful Designer Series paper. And I decided the side that I'm going to use is the wood grain side on here. All right. And so I literally can glue those down at this point. So I'm going to be working with the different pieces. I can also glue down this piece to here in a moment, but I'll continue finishing off the sizes. So this size then is basically going to be your 2 5/8. So it's an 8 more than 2.5. So 2 5/8. Okay. And this was by 3 3/4 is basically what this is, 3 3/4. All right. So that's your measurements there. So each of those were that. So again, 2 5/8. I'm pretty sure that was 2 5/8, because it was 2 3. Yeah, 2 5/8. Yeah, that's what it is. 2 5/8 by, I think it's more than 3 3/4. Yeah. No, it's 3 3/4. That's fine. And 3 3/4 is what it is. Okay. So then the window pieces, what I did this time from last year and on the sales rack earlier this year when they did a clearance, they were selling this beautiful vellum paper that was basically embossed with velvet, and I did buy it. And so this is what I'm going to use today for this one. And I'm showing you different things so that you can see. You basically can go ahead and use your vellum, and then anything you like. You can make this into a fall card, because all you would do is you could glue down your leaf, for example, and you can make this into a fall one. You can do a Halloween one. All right, you can get your Halloween, and anything that is a die cut that is fairly intricate where you can see through, you can use. So this is literally, this can be a Halloween tea light. It can be a fall tea light. It can be a Christmas tea light. So anything you like, and that all depends on you. The actual vellum pieces, okay, would measure, and that is about 3 and that is 3 5/8. I have a tendency to do the 5/8 thing, and 2 5/8. Or is that 2 3/4? That's about 2 3/4, but I don't think so, because that's 2 3/4. So it's 5/8. Yeah. So that's going to be 3 5/8, and this is going to be 2 5/8. Yes, that's what you want. 2 5/8. Yep. 3 5/8 and 2 5/8. And you can change that. It doesn't really, all you care about is that it's going to make it across here. All right. This could be, as you can see, this could be a little longer. You definitely don't want it any wider, because that's just right. But you could make it a little longer. All right. If you like, you can just go 1/4 of an inch all the way around, smaller than this. So let's see, what else do I have? I think that is pretty much it. These pieces are going to go ahead and go on this. I did this, I cut this from the Peaceful Prints DSP. And so that's that one, and that's that. And oh, yes. Okay, so then I had some fun. And so part of our scene, I went ahead and embossed, and this is silver embossing. And there you go. You can see that really well like that. That's my silver embossing. And my snowman is silver embossed. This Snow Wonder is just a beautiful set, and me not using the set for the winter would be impossible. This saying actually came from an older stamp set that I absolutely do love. But there are many stamp sets. This was the Wishes and Wonder. And so that was really nice. And I thought that worked well together. This also came from the Wishes and Wonder. And I thought, well, maybe I might use the deer instead of the snowman if he's too big, but we'll see once we get there. All right. So those were just die cut stamped. And basically that's it. As you see, there's not too much stamping involved. There's mostly cutting and getting things organized. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and glue this on. And then, of course, you all understand, you just put the tea light, you just put the tea light right in down here, right underneath, and then shine it through. And you'll see my pictures on that on the demonstrator planning place. All you have to look for is Renate Ewert, and you'll find me. So let's go ahead and make sure that that is a correct measurement, and it's not too big anywhere. Doesn't look like it. So I will go ahead and glue that down. I think that's the good glue. This is fairly easy because obviously it goes from edge to edge, so it's not too big of a deal. So that goes there and there. It goes there and there. While I'm here, we might as well do this. Let's see. This is what I was thinking. I did not want to ruin the scenery too much, and I don't think I do that way. Now I could go up here with this. He definitely has to go down here. And I could put that up there, but I like it right here. And then maybe I will put a few stars there, but I'll put that a little bit on the inside of him. And this is going to be a pretty bulky card to begin with. So I am not going to use dimensionals on here because the inside is bulky enough. So I am just going to glue him down. And with the silver embossing, and you really, with that heat embossing, it stands out. That's not an issue. Put him right there. It's kind of where I want him. And then that's going to slip right underneath, just like that. I think that's going to be nice looking, just like that. And if I do want some stars, I'm not sure I need stars, but if I wanted some stars, I'll just use my Starlit punch, which I absolutely love. And I will be using many times over. I am sure that I will be using it many times over. I'll just punch out some of those stars. This is it. If you haven't seen this punch yet, this punch is definitely worth it. I've used it tons of times. Just about everything it gets used. So that's real nice. Okay, so there's the front. Now we can go ahead, and I am going to go ahead and glue all the pieces on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our wood grain. Opa. I'm always doing that with glue. This is never my easiest task. There you go. That looks better a little bit. That looks good. Looks good. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be doing the bottom anyway. Some stuff on the bottom. So there you go. So there you go. That looks better. Yeah, that's better. That's fine. I have these trees that I wanted to put here. They're just like that, just to be part of the scenery right here. And then I was going to slip some more behind. I felt it broke it up just enough. Again, I don't want to, nothing's going on dimensionals because this card is bulky enough. And what I want to do, see if these were the ones, I think these were the ones that went behind. Gives it a little more dimension, maybe not, maybe it was these. We'll see. Yeah, I think it was these that go behind, just gives it a little more dimension. There you go. I want to bring that down. I'm going to bring that up. I had some glue there, so just give it a little extra dimension and some backing, and you can see them behind. It's just more about the dimension and the effect of that. And then we're going to put these down. Can't remember if I'm going to put this first or the other one down. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think we're just going to do something like this. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one's going to go down first, I believe. Sorry about that. Just trying to remember. what the plan was. Let me see. That definitely has to go to the corner. No doubt about that. And then that can come right about here. And right about, yeah, that's what it's going to be. All right. Put that right there, that right there. That right there. And again, you are trying to get that dimension there, so it's all good. Just want to break that up there. Too far over. Yeah, I might have to cut that just a little bit. That seems to be a little bit too low. So I will just cut that. And the way I'm going to cut that is, I'm definitely not going to cut it straight. I'm going to cut that curly. Just like that. And then bring that down. So there you have your little dimension on those trees right there. You see that? Isn't that pretty? And that's all that is, the sides. Then on here, this is going to be really easy. Instead of embossing or anything like that, there's my vellum. I thought I was going to lose it. Remember, this is going to go face down. Okay. And typically what I do is whenever I use vellum, my best friend is tear and tape. I don't know what yours is, but mine is definitely tear and tape. And so what's going to happen is this is going to come down. So on the good side, I'm just going to put that tear and tape right at the edge, right there. The tear and tape right at the edge here. That's all I'm going to do on the edges here. Right at the edge, because you definitely don't want to see that tape. So get it up there. And then all I'm going to do is, this is the flower. And I wanted the flower in the first frame. So I got to figure out what the first frame is. So, but you can see that, you know, what you would do if they weren't already prepped is you would stamp this with Versamark and emboss in white, or you would lay something over like I have shown you. So this is the first frame right here. So that's the frame I'm going to put this in. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to look through a little bit because I do want to kind of center that in there. There you go. That's where that's going. Just centering in that in there. See that? See how pretty that is? Now, I only have one tea light. And my tea light fell today and is not working. So, but I will show you how it does fit in terms of, you know, a container that is the same size and what you would do to put it underneath. And they really are pretty, needless to say. I should have made that strip a little bit longer. And so I am going to go ahead. I'm going to take that off first. There you go. And put that down then there. And take that off then. I could use my scissors, which would be more helpful. There you go. So I found that the tear and tape really is the best. You don't see it better than glue dots, better than anything I've found so far. So that's what I would use on any vellum anytime. And I started that this summer with another card I made, an arrow card. Oh, I put them on the wrong side. Did I? No, I did it right. Okay, never mind. Did I put it on the wrong side? And again, I'm kind of looking in there to see where I kind of want this, looking through it, making sure I like the seam, because, you know, this part doesn't really matter if it's exactly the same, but you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now gluing this down. Basically, you can go like, this should fit exactly, but you don't, so you can go like that and then bring it up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this side first. And pretty much eyeball it. Go over a little bit more like that, like that. And then I'm going to do the same right here. Give the same kind of distance there. And that'll give you plenty of space, as you can see here, for your tea light. All right, that gives you plenty of space for your tea light. So I'm going to go ahead. One of the things that I have noticed that when I do this is you do have to be careful. So now that I'm here, I'm just going to glue this like this. Since this is correctly done, right? This is where I want it. I can go ahead and do this, and then it should work well. Some glue there on my finger. So then that does that. And I see that my card is a little rough on the edges. I also see that that went a little bit over, and I can fix that. But basically, there is your card. And I did take that deer. I could put that deer right in there. Just like that. I think that's pretty nice looking. I always have to have something. And so, yeah, I can see the edge a little bit. I'll trim that up a little bit later. But basically that's it. That's your card. That's your card. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got your measurements. I hope it was quick enough. And I will say good night to you. Please, please like my videos. It's very important. Just go ahead, go down and like. I will take you to, I will always post my blog and my Facebook group page, and on my, I will send you to my site, which gives you dates for my my events. I do events by Zoom, so all people are welcome. And I have a little bit of a different method of doing my classes. So if you're interested, just text me. All right. All right. Have a great night. And I'm going to stop sharing, and so you can see me now full-fledged. And I wish you a great weekend, since it's coming up soon. All right. Bye-bye now.